street stocks for many, many years, that number 116. Field is set. 25 laps, ready to have out of the next Pitstop Legends off of turn number 4. Parent, holder back, up on the throttle, green flag unfurls, down into the corner they go, and Parent gets the jump, holder back, cross the crossover, move on for 2.
Down the back they go, battle for that third position as well, side by side, the 51 of O'Sullivan underneath. And loose off the corner is the 15 of Johnson. He's able to save it though as he falls back in line in 1 and 2.
Jake Johnson takes a look down at the inside of the 51 of O'Sullivan, takes that 5th position away, takes a look now at the car in front of him, the 71 of Paul Newcomb, as they start to string themselves out side by side, deeper in the pack, top 8 cars, nose to tail.
Little contact there coming off of turn number 2. Battle down low. That is the 15 of Johnson. To the underside off turn number 4 of Newcomb. They battle across the stripe. Johnson takes that position going into 1.
Jake's already got a half a dozen Legends races under his belt for 2020. All finishes up on the podium from Claremont Speedway, White Mountain Motorsports Park, and a few other places he's been to. But one of the drivers he's been chasing all those has been Luke LeBrun, at number 27. And his brother, as they have been strong, so has Reagan. Parent had some great runs. Connor Holderback has been around, as we've got one car, the 06, slow back stretch, gathers it back in.
Your top 4 starting to break away from the rest of the pack as they race down the back. Here comes a move down to the inside of Connor Holderback off turn number 4. That's Sullivan. Side by side, he'll get the nod across the stripe into 1. Clears Holderback for
trouble on the front stretch. Carpenter going around number 24, the Polar Beverages machine of Reagan Parent, the 2nd generation racer out of Tiverton, Rhode Island, to bring the field down. Connor Holderback up on the outside. Connor picked up his first career win just last year. Off of turn number 4 they come. Green flag unfurls and they're back underway. Parent again gets the jump on the field. Holderback settles in. Churchill and Johnson race wheel to wheel down to turn number 3. Johnson's got the nod up on the outside.
Down off turn number 3 they come. Parent, Holderback, Johnson. Your top 3 up on that outside is Johnson, but Churchill down below running them side by side as they head down the back into turn number 3.
R.J. Marcotte making some noise in that. Number 18 has worked himself up into the 7th position, getting by the 38 of Connor Souza. Then you've got the 09 of Josh Parsons, the 51 of O'Sullivan, all right there. Trouble for Marcotte as he goes around. Hey, everybody, just about able to avoid. Mason Tessier found himself sideways and up on the roof at one point, but had a good run going otherwise. Field is set, 7 laps complete, 18 laps remain. Green flag unfurls, and we're on the start. We had a problem. All Newcomb rounding out the top 5. Derek Lachaki, R.J. Marcotte, John O'Sullivan, Luke LeBrun, Mason Tessier, your top 10. Up on the throttle we go. One more time as they roll down into turn number 1.
Down the back they go, all the way back to the outside of Johnson. Both on the rear bumper of Parent, as Parent has held on to the lead throughout all these restarts. Now across the stripe, Johnson with the edge for 2nd, right up on the rear bumper of Parent through 1 and 2.
Off the corner they come, and the jet is Jones in for that top spot. Trouble into 1 and 2 again. Looks like the 38 of Connor Souza and one other car. Every track he's been to. Already picked up a handful of wins throughout the Northeast. Field is set, 8 laps remaining, 17 remain. The 17 of Parent, the 15 of Johnson, wind up off the corner, and Johnson gets a great hole shot up on the outside, leads the charge by a half a car length off of turn number 2. Parent trying to battle back with Holderback, sitting there in the 3rd spot.
Down off the corner they come. It's Johnson still up on that high line. Can't quite clear Parent as they race into 1 and 2. Parent makes up some space there as they're side by side off turn number 2.
Johnson got a little bit loose off that 2nd and 4th corner the last time. This time they come off the 4. Trouble! 3 cars involved. You've got the 27 of LeBrun, it looks like.
There's a 42 of Tessier.
And the 7 of Brandon Hammond. And field is set as Mason Tessier makes it back out. Will hit the field running as Jake Johnson leads the charge off of turn number 4. And Reagan Parent tries to get the jump, but this one I think will be coming back as Reagan was a little bit too aggressive on that one. If you get to the second line and the pole sitter goes, game on, but not before. Jake playing a little mouse and cat game, and we'll see what he does this time. Off of 4, they hit the second line. Green flag on frozen ice, even start down into turn number 1.
Down to the corner they go. As you saw late coming onto the track was Josh Parsons. He hit the pits on that last yellow. They race through turns 3 and 4. Off the corner they come, stacked up throughout the field, but it's Jake Johnson leading the lap.
Johnson sets the pace off of turn 2. Reagan Parents hits second. Holderback has his hands full as he's got Oemcke working the outside. Behind him, he's got Paul Newcomb. They make contact. Newcomb gets up on 2 wheels. 3 cars are involved. It looks like the 12 has nowhere to go and just edges on through.
At the tail end. Towards the tail end, I should say. But they're crossed up, ready to go. It's Johnson and Parent. Side by side. Hitting the start line, they're off. Johnson with a great start as he heads down into turn number 1. Holderback and Parent now side by side for that second spot, off 2.
Down the back stretch they go, and Holderback will run down to the inside. They make a little bit of contact. Parent's got to chase that car up the racetrack. Holderback takes over the number 2 spot. Here comes the 12 of Martinez up into the 4th spot. Look at him lined up that outside lane, looking to the outside. Parent. Churchill is right there in 5th.
Batman might be the fastest car out there as we have a caution once again.
Oh, 2 cars involved.
We'll take his 12 behind the wall. Jake Johnson. Holderback, Parent, Churchill, Deshays, round out your top 5. Off the corner they come, green flag in the air. It's Johnson and Holderback still side by side. Pretty even start between the two. Apparent with a nice shot to the rear of Johnson. That gives him a run into turn 3.
And deep in the pack, you see the 12 of Brandon Martinez already making some moves, trying to work himself up to the pack as he goes by Carl's wholesale style down into turn number 1.
Down the back they go into turn number 3. Cross flags up in the air, halfway down. Johnson leads Parent, Holderback. Churchill sideways into turn number 1. Around he goes.
Off the corner they come, up to speed one more time, and we are back underway. And again, Johnson bringing the field down into turn number 1 and 2, leading the charge. Connor Holderback getting a run underneath the 17 apparent. Ray fighting a loose race car off the corner, trying to hold up as Deshays and Souza. A couple of more youngsters racing at it up inside the top 5. Souza up into the 4th spot.
2nd and 5th. Stretching out now a little bit as they're side by side coming to turn number 3. Johnson leads the way over Holderback, Parent, and now battling for 4th side by side. Souza and Deshays off turn number 2.
Although they side by side, Johnson put some breathing room between he and the rest of the field as they roll off of turn number 4. Connor Holderback up into the number 2 spot and watch Parent slideways down into turn number 1. The back end starting to sneak out from behind underneath him as he heads down into the corners.
Off the corner they come. Johnson slowly opening up that lead as there he is already in that 6th spot. There's Batman. Brandon Martinez down on the inside, putting pressure on Connor Souza on that bottom line as they race into 3. That 12 has got some serious
trouble. 65 CT's lead goes around. Another car involved also. 2 cars sideways, and it looks like Josh Parsons has some body damage on his number 09. Not a good night for him.
That caution. So he'll drop to the rear after sitting in that 8th position. Oh, crossed up, coming off turn number 4. Green flag in the air. Johnson and Holderback. Pretty even start down through 1. Johnson's going to get the advantage. Down the back they go. Here comes Parent getting the nose underneath Holderback, looking for that 2nd spot.
Off the corner they come, and look at Martinez trying to get a nose up underneath Souza. A full 360 here on the front stretch, but comes to a stop at the entrance of turn number 1, and we're going to go back to yellow. Once again, they line it up and get ready to roll off of turn number 4 with 7 laps remaining. Let's see if we can get them in more than one at a time as they come off of 4. Johnson Parent lead it down into 1 and 2, side by side. The 15 of Johnson with a half a car length. Parent trying to crossover move. Takes a look down to the inside as they come off of turn number 4. They make a little bit of contact, but both keep it on.
Down through 1 and 2 they go. Still Johnson leads the way. Side-by-side battle for that 4th position as Souza gets underneath the shades as they race down through 3 and 4 off the corner. He has the edge over the 64. He'll cross the line in that 4th spot.
Single file, top 5 cars. One car slides up out of line, and that is the 7 of Giovanni Ruggiero, who slows up down the back straightaway. 4 laps to go. The 78 of Sylvia hits pit side. Connor Holderback all over the back bumper of Reagan Parent in that number 2 spot as they hit down the back straightaway. They start to string themselves out. Jordan Churchill working himself, looking for top 7. He sits 7th, looking for top 6 as Ruggiero cannot make it up the tunnel, and we're going to go back to caution. Brendan Hammond, who was Johnson and Parent at the top of the field. Kyle Souza waving the green flag one more time. We're back underway as they head down into turn number 1. Johnson and Parent racing down the back straightaway side by side. Trouble for Deshays as he goes around. Tries to get that car refired, and that's not going to happen. We're back under yellow.
Out to the outside of him is the 24 of Carpenter. Down the back. Here comes Holderback. He will rejoin at the tail end. As they roll through 3 off at turn number 4. Green flag high in the air. They're off, and it's Souza down below Johnson trying to get a nose underneath. He's not able to, but he's side by side with Parent down the back.
Souza making this a 3-car battle at the top of the field, trying to pick up his first career Legends race win as Parent gets sideways off of turn number 4, settles it in behind the 38, and the 65 goes around front row with 3 laps remaining. 1 mile remains between here and the checkered flag. Johnson and Souza, Parent, Carpenter, and Ruggiero, your top 5. Off of turn number 4, they rock and roll one more time. And Johnson again gets the jump. Parent settles in. Look at the 25 of Churchill slide in underneath Souza. Souza's got to settle it back in. There's a 24 of Carpenter up on the binders.
3 wide down to turn number 1. Carpenter able to get the edge there as he falls back to that 7th position. Back up front though, it is Johnson and Souza around. Big body with Ruggiero gets involved. It is going to be a green, and the next flag you see will be the checkered. Looking for the green off of turn number 4 one more time. Up on the throttle they come. We're back underway. Johnson gets away just a little bit as the 17 of Parent dives down to the inside. White flag is out. Here comes Churchill down to the inside. Parent sides up. They head down to turn number 1, and Jordan Churchill finds himself leading the charge down the back straightaway with the 17 of Parent. Johnson throws it in hard. Top 2 get sideways. Big problems at the front, and Lee picks up the win.
Well, that was a race and a finish I don't think anyone could have written out. And you have to check your flag. How do you feel?
I'll tell you guys what, this is my 4th time running a race in a Legend car, and I've never been more lucky my entire life. I saw the leaders just completely pile it up coming off of 4, and I was just like, all right, finish 2nd, maybe 3rd here, and I just came across 1st. I was like, what the heck just happened? I just want to thank my grandfather for busting his and Rob Vitelli helps me out. Great mentor. I'm so elated right now. I have no words.
What is it like in a race like that? It goes on, it was about an hour of just restart after restart, you're starting out high, you're starting out low. What does it take to last your entire race like that? Keep it at the end?
Well, honestly, I burned the brakes off the car. You can't really ask me. I mean, I just kind of just kept my head in it and kept going. I spun twice there. I think a couple times I might have misjudged, and that might have been my bad, but I just kept my head in it and kept going, kept digging, and I dug to the front and somehow came out with a win.